So today we are going to go through the champions in the current WWE roster and telling you who we think will dethrone them, not next week, not the next month, in 6 months.
Yep. Who will be the champs of all the titles
in the future?
Yeah, that's my idea. It's Back to the Future. It's my video idea. So we're going to predict who will be the champs for all the titles in 6 months' time,
including that one behind me.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. So
the first question we have to ask: will he be champion in six months' time?
Short answer: no.
I don't think so. That's a very short. No.
I love Sami Zayn, but he's done it before. I think this story is him as the Continental. It's just a stopgap till they can put something else on him. I don't think it was their plan to make him into Continental for long.
I still think he's in the Money in the Bank match, even though he's not advertised yet.
That's what
I
was going to get to that. Yeah, because I reckon he's going to win Money in the Bank, so they need to remove the championship off him before then, probably. So I'm going to say, well, the obvious persons are Braun Strowman and.
You mean Braun Breaker? You're talking.
Yeah, Braun Breaker.
He doesn't have his storyline at the moment is why am I in this tournament, Adam? You bald man.
Yeah, you've got to consider Braun Breaker.
How about Ilya
Dragunov, your favorite in.
Thank you.
Because he's
it has to be there because the story is pretty much about the IC title at this point.
Yeah, I'm going. There's going to be 2 different type champions in the next 6 months for the title. I'm going to say that he gets it done. Chad Gable beats Sami Zayn, and because I think they need to put a title on him, and I can't see in the current storyline where they're going to put either the heavyweight title on him. So I'm going to say that after he beats up Sami, gets the title, then Jay goes after Gable and gets the title of Gable. So your Continental Champion in 6 months will be main event Jey Uso.
That's a good prediction. I do think Chad's going to win it. I don't think he's winning it in Saudi. I think Sami's retaining. We're probably pinning Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed's going to be the one that gets pinned to Chad to still be angry that he got cheated. It wasn't him and Sami, you know?
Yeah, I agree. They won't do it in Saudi because
that might be near Clash.
Sami Zayn is like their Cody in Saudi Arabia. They love him. So I can't see them taking the title off him there. But he will. He will lose it to Gable.
I think between then and Clash might be when you pushed that storyline. Because I think in between that, I think Saudi Arabia is going to be the end of Alpha Academy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Because he's calling them useless for the past 3 weeks. So eventually Otis is going to slap back.
Yeah, he was pushing Otis the other day, wasn't he? So
he slapped him in the face and Otis just took it. So there's a story there.
Yeah.
And poor Tozawa. He deserves better.
Are you saying he's going to retain and still be the champion 6 months? Or
no, I do think Chad. I'm going to predict Chad Gable wins it near Clash, if not at Clash. I don't know. 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have a few it's hard to predict after that.
Yeah.
Because there's so many.
I'm just saying.
I don't know whether Braun Breaker is a good guy or a bad guy because we haven't seen him enough on TV. He's just only been squashing people. I don't know if he's playing a good character or a bad character, Braun Breaker.
I think that's inevitable, but I think they have to put a title on Jay.
They have to. It's just whether you want to do because he's so over right now that it makes sense to try and what they're trying to do is keep him in the main event.
Yeah,
of scene because he's so over with fans. But the thing
he
is,
is.
when do you
But
give a belt,
you,
like the proper belt?
you, so for the storyline, I can't see where he actually holds it for a while because there's going to be, especially that heavyweight title. I think we'll get to it. I think there's going to be quite a few heavyweight champions in the next year.
Yeah.
Um,
I do think Chad, like I said, with the IC title, I do think Chad wins. But then that pretty much completes Chad's story because his only story is literally, I want the IC title. I think I deserve it at this point. So when Chad gets it, I don't know how you build from that point. Or it might be a quick reign. It might be a little bit like a month or two. He might have it just because I predict the whole like Creed Brothers heel faction for a bit.
yeah.
My shenanigans hold it for like an extra 3 months.
Yeah. Anyway,
because Chad Gable is an impressive wrestler, but I do think maybe, like you said, with a Jey Uso, could get revenge on his boy Sammy.
Yeah.
Get the title back to the good guys.
Yeah. We're gonna
they might add a storyline like that, like Sammy's been beaten up terribly by Chad Gable.
Yeah.
So then his boy needs to step in. And he gets help from Jimmy to beat their faction.
And then that builds onto the bloodline story, yeah. Yeah, I'm saying it happens. We're going to be yeeting a new continental champion in 6 months' time.
Exactly. I think that's I've been talked around. I talked myself into your prediction as well.
Next, we have Bailey. Won the title.
Role model.
Off Io Sky at WrestleMania. Currently in a feud with who we think will dethrone her. We'll go into that in a minute. Where do you stand with Bailey?
Bailey, I think she's gonna keep it for still this extra month at least.
Yeah, I don't think she'll lose it. Again, same. I don't think she'll lose it at.
She's yet to have a match at Saudi, so we assume she's not having one then because it's not been announced yet. They have literally this weekend.
Yeah.
Match for.
Yeah, but I can't see it being anyone else. Can you? Except for
I think maybe she probably will defend it at Clash because crowds just love Bailey as a whole. She loves. They just always cheer for Bailey, so she would want to have a match at Clash.
Yeah, definitely. I think you'd have to consider in the future, obviously, like Jade Cargill, but she's in the tag with tag team at the moment.
And they're going to be tag team champions for a while, in my opinion. We'll get to that.
So I don't think they're splitting up for a while. So in the next year, 100% Cargill will win the title, but I don't think yet. And I think it's going to be Tiffy time.
In 6 months? That's very interesting. I do think she wins it this year at some point.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure 6 months yet, but because you have stuff like you can have a Nia Jax, which is always a terrifying force.
Yeah.
You have, I think, what was the NXT call up Davenport or whatever? It's quite good.
Thing is, you don't know what. I know she wasn't obviously in the pitch for the heavyweight title, but if you think she would go back for the heavyweight title, but when she is back from injury with the split of Judgment Day, you don't know if Rhea Ripley will be on the same brand. Because
then we also have to keep out to when Charlotte Flair comes back from injury.
Yeah. I think she will do. It would make no sense to move her over to SmackDown because obviously the feud with both Becky and Liv Morgan, which we'll get onto in a minute. But yes, I'm saying it's going to be Tiffy time, Tiffany Stratton, and in a year it will be
Jade
Cargill.
I think maybe it might not be in 6 months, but I think maybe Bianca will take the title off Bayley because I think she's going to get pushed. Like my prediction with the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring tournament is Io versus Bianca, and I think that's going to get into Bianca. And Bianca may lose that match because I think it's going to get into her head that she's still fighting damage control and drive her more and more to her hatred that we see on TV between her and Bayley.
So do you think when Cargill goes for it, that's when she'll have a match against?
Yeah, I think it's going to be WrestleMania between Jade Cargill and Bianca for that title.
Yeah,
because I think we're going to slowly be pushing Bianca Belair into fully still not trust, because we showed she doesn't trust Bayley. I think it's going to be like all that, still, I'm finally done with damage control. I don't have to deal with them at all. Bam, they're back in the tournament.
Yeah.
I think that's the usual shenanigans. And maybe Jade and Bayley tried to help, but inadvertently cost her the Queen of the Ring tournament.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It pushes more to the... And more we see, maybe that's how they eventually end their tag title reign also, because...
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Because of all those shenanigans. Because she was too fixated on not liking Bayley.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
But who do I think is going to dethrone her in 6 months, Bayley? I'm going to do an out there prediction, and I'm going to say Nia Jax.
Okay, so you go Nia Jax. I'm going Tiffany Stratton. We'll get these written up as well, and we'll have a graphic, and we can come. But we do a video in 6 months' time. We'll come back and see where we were.
See if we get it right, or at least we got it half right, and they did become champion for a small bit. We'll take a half point if they were champion in these 6 months.
Next, we go over to Raw for the Raw Championship. And will Becky be champion of the heavyweight champion in 6 months? Obviously, she won it in the tournament after Rhea Ripley had to step down from being champion after an injury escaped by Liv Morgan. So there's a lot of blood there. And I think it's going to be a battle between these three for the next 6 months for this title.
I'm going to be easy. I'm going to be very easy. Who's going to be champion 6 months? Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I agree. I think Liv Morgan is going to win it off.
Liv Morgan's going to have it at some point, but it's going to back to Rhea at some point. Rhea's winning it back.
Yeah. So Liv Morgan's on her revenge tour. She's nicked Dominic with, and more and more hints of they were
to be the heel, and Rhea's going to come back as the babyface because she's too loved anyway to be a heel.
Which makes sense with the split of the Judgment Day if she is coming back as a babyface,
because they're already pushing Damien slightly towards the babyface with his actions.
Yeah. So, yes, I agree. Yeah. Liv Morgan will dethrone Becky. I'm not sure when. In the next few months, definitely. I don't think it'll be like in the next match.
I don't think it's going to be in the Saudi. I don't
think it'll be in the Saudi match because she's only just won the title. And I don't think they'll take off that quick. I know it wasn't part of the plan for her to win the title. But I don't think that if they were going to give it to Liv Morgan that quickly, they would have just had Liv Morgan win the tournament.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
Becky have a holiday.
Yeah.
She was going to go.
So, 6 months, it will be Rhea Ripley again. So, next we have Logan Paul. We're going to the Logan and Mr. Logan Paul.
Logan for life.
Yes.
I totally didn't tweet at him the other day saying I was coming for his title because I saw a thing saying your next title in a month and it was his.
Yeah. I say I love Logan Paul. A lot of people don't. I think he's an awesome wrestler. I've always liked him as a. So he's had some decent defenses with the title. He has taken that
This
title.
man doesn't.
He has an idiot
This
problem.
man is not a fan of.
He isn't a logo. Yeah.
Although
KO's
he does
definitely-
make time, though. He did say that.
Yeah, KO is definitely not a logo. But, yeah, he's a decent champion. Doesn't have a bad match, Logan, does he? A lot of people hate him, but that's just his character.
His worst match was the one where he actually won the title.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't think him and Ray actually suit each other's styles of wrestling.
I agree.
And that's because of the age Ray is. He's just not the high flyer that he was back in.
Yeah, I agree. His match against Ricochet was awesome.
Because they're both they want to jump in.
Yeah.
What Ricochet lacks in promos, he makes up for in his acrobatics.
Yeah, he plays that character so well. He knows that everyone hates him, and he just uses that to his advantage. You couldn't see him as a babyface. He is a proper heel, and he plays that heel role really well. He's a decent champion. But do I think he will be champion in 6 months? Say he's had some decent defenses. That triple threat match was a good match, with interference again from I Show Speed to retain. But will he be champion in 6 months? I am going to say no, I'm afraid. I love Logan, but no, he will not be champion in 6 months' time. In 6 months, I think there's going to be a few people who can...
In 6 months, Cody's going to have 5 belts and he's going to be missing the belt.
Yeah, Cody's not winning the belt. But there's a few people who it could be. Obviously, the obvious one is LA Knight. Yeah. And I think he will eventually win it. Yeah. But I am putting it on Carmelo Hayes.
He's doing a big shout there. John was saying
he showed. Yeah, Melo doesn't miss, and he showed what he can do against Cody in that first match on Raw. And he's obviously had a few matches before he was drafted to Raw as well. He's just come off a really good feud with me and Boom, one of me and Boom's favourite wrestlers in NXT.
Whoop that trick.
Whoop that trick. In Chip Willie.
Shamon.
And even Trick Williams said that he'll win a title soon. So, yeah, I'm saying it. I'm pulling it and saying in 6 months' time that Mr. Carmelo Hayes will be your United States champion.
Big prediction. Big prediction. I'm playing a bit safer because I have always said this and I back it. I want it to be LA Knight, so I'm predicting LA Knight.
Nice. You could. What about a?
By 6 months, we could have Carmelo Hayes versus LA Knight for it. I don't know.
Yeah,
could be both right.
I think they both deserve it. So, yeah, I don't think I have any more to add. Is there anyone else outsiders you think could be in the shout for the US title?
Anyone outside? Andrade is a shout. You'd have to put him. I haven't seen. He hasn't done much since being drafted over yet, but it's early days. I have to put him in the mix at least.
Yeah,
because I don't see what else Andrade is going to do other than fight for that.
What about?
You have the devious Santos Escobar.
Obviously, like if what I said happens and it's Carmelo Hayes in the next 6 months, there was a hint of a feud with Carmelo Hayes.
Bobby Lashley.
Do you think Bobby Lashley could be a shout if it is Carmelo Hayes? Because
maybe when he gets better.
Yeah, obviously he's injured at the moment. But obviously they've already hinted at that as a feud. So that is a shout that it could be for...
Yeah, because he's disrespecting his elders, Johnno.
Now we have 3 titles to talk about here. The tag titles, the
Yes.
women's tag titles, the undisputed. What is it? Undisputed. What are the new title names?
The world heavyweight tag champs and
Yeah.
the undisputed tag
Yeah.
champs.
Yeah. So we will
Because
start.
they took
with
out
the,
Universe from the name of the
Yeah.
SmackDown.
we will start with the women's tag champions. Currently, Bianca Belair and Jade
Currently,
Cargill.
sadly, my favorite wrestler in Kairi Sane
They just lost the titles.
got robbed of the titles by Storm from the X-Men.
Yeah, who do you think could be in a chance of even taking them on?
And no one by their own doing.
Yeah. I think there will be a rematch against the Kabuki Warriors soon.
Yeah.
But do I think they will win it? No.
I think whoever wins it is going to win it because the other two turn on each other.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to be for a while. So I am saying in 6 months, they are still your tag champions.
A big shout. But yeah, I can't see. I think it will take another like super team combination to dethrone them.
Maybe when they return from injury, a combined partnership of Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair.
Perhaps.
That is the type of power you're going to need to dethrone them.
It's going to be, but to be honest, it's going to be someone random like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn just because Bianca and Jade decide to fight each other.
Yeah.
I don't think this happens in 6 months, but Alba Fire eventually.
Yeah. Or
They
could just fit in with the story where Chelsea Green wins it, and with her partner after they have an argument, and then Chelsea Green wins the title.
No. Chelsea Green wins the briefcase, cashes in back on the tag titles.
So, yeah. But yeah, I'm saying in 6 months, it's still going to be the same.
I think we'll move on to my favorite wrestler on the Raw side. We'll go to Raw and the World Tag Champions. Awesome Truth follows me on Twitter, so he does. So
he does, yeah. He's watched our podcast. He's watched our podcast before. Exactly. Our Truth. If you are watching, when are you coming on?
And I do have your shirt now in the other room. What's up? So I'll be wearing that in Scotland, Audrey. For you.
We would, if you're willing to do it, we would do a meet up with you in Scotland. R-Truth.
Exactly.
We want an exclusive interview with R-Truth, who's the
legend. In Wales. If you accidentally went to Wales, I will go. We'll go
there. So, yes, R-Truth. Awesome Truth.
People over there, what's up?
I love the tag team. I think Miz is the babyface. It's so much better. I hated him as a villain.
I think a lot of people hated him just because he's the Miz was a bad guy that would just always just be the annoying heel, you know, where you're like, God damn it, Miz, why are you here? And but with him with Truth, just the dynamic. He's the serious one. Truth is the confused one.
Yeah,
it just works.
It does. But
where Truth ends up winning by not realizing he's won the match most of the time.
Yeah. I think I know who will dethrone them.
But he is without though Triple H and Shawn Michaels backing that he had to help them out. Because they've been dropped to the SmackDown.
I don't know who's going to dethrone them actually.
Well, you got a couple of options. The tag division on Raw is actually pretty good. You have Alpha Academy. We don't know what their existence is going to be after Saudi. You have the New Day.
Yeah.
You have the Authors of Pain in Karrion Kross's Final Testament. You have New Catch Republic. You have the Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's Judgment Day. It's not going to be the Judgment Day.
John, it's what I said, Jono. I said we get a tag team of the two Irish guys. We're getting that tag team recently. They're the number one contenders. I said they would team up at some point.
Yeah, I'm going to say the New Day.
Well, the New Day win it back.
Yeah, I'm going to say the New Day.
I think Kofi's eventually going to become more of like a bad guy kind of Kofi, because he did on the last episode of Raw get followed by Mr. Karrion Kross.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, it's a hard one. Yeah, I can't call that one. Compared to I'm split on my heart. I'm split between what I think will happen and what I want to happen.
I'm going to shout out here. I could be completely wrong if they don't go down this path, WWE. But the Creed brothers in the new heel faction with Chad Gable with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd back that.
I'll
back you on that. I don't know what. Yeah. I'll say the New Day rocket. I'm going to be wrong, but I don't know how to say on that.
I could be completely wrong too if they suddenly W don't go the path that I think they're going to go down. With Chad Gable, yeah. And then we'll go with A-Town Down.
There's some interesting matches here. I think I want a tag championship of Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. They're awesome together. And they're
pretty good at the RKO show.
They need to be champions.
They both had beef with the two many times.
Yeah. Another shout out, DIY. They're definitely going to be in the shout. They could have won the titles against R-Truth back on Raw.
Yeah, and they're kind of pushing Tommaso Ciampa to be more kind of like getting more and more frustrated that he's not winning the tag titles.
Yeah. And to be fair, I'd rather win those SmackDown titles than those pizza titles from Raw anyway.
The Street Profits just lost in the last time they fit. So I don't think it's going to be the Street Profits for a bit.
Nah. Yeah. So yeah, my head is saying it's going to be DIY. My heart is saying I want a tag championship of the RKO show.
I'm going to say it's going to be RKO show, and they're going to be dethroned by the Bloodline again. We're going to go back to that story. They're going to both be the tag titles.
Yeah, let's go with the RKO show. It needs to happen.
And like I said, and then they're going to get dethroned by the Bloodline to help with that feud as well, where we're going to go into War Games with with them all being champs on each side.
Nice.
And it's not the main champ, so therefore they can still have matches. So we're just gonna have the mid cards.
So
we'll move on to El Campeon.
Yeah. Damian Priest.
El Campeon.
All rise for Wwe Champion. This one is complicated.
There are so many people going for this title. There's so many people. It's whether you'd have to consider Seth whenever he comes back. I don't know if it's going to be within 6 months or it's going to be longer than that.
So let's go through the people first, and then we'll say who. So obviously you've got Seth. Jay is still going to be there or thereabout, but
exactly. Not quite there. But I'm going to put him in an outside shot. Sammy, he's always just an outside.
Yeah, as I say, he might win the briefcase. I think he could have a chance a separate way. Gunther, the Ring General, needs to win a title.
Drew McIntyre, the Scottish
Warrior. McIntyre needs to win his title back. He's got unfinished business with a lot of people in this heavyweight.
CM Punk would be going for that because he's just the name that would go for those things. Who else would you put? You'd have to put Finn Balor when he eventually turns against Ryu when that fallout happens.
I start from there.
That doesn't need a title, but like Finn Finn will probably get a run again at some point towards that time, because he did have like three pay-per-views in a row challenging Seth for that title.
It will start with him and then move on. So I think that feud's definitely going to happen. Judgment Day on ice, but I don't think it'll be for the title. That'll come for Finn later on. Drew is going to.
Drew has already got his match. We don't know when, because they didn't say when. Damian Priest just said, "Oh, your shoulder will heal. You want a match, don't you? You got it." He didn't exactly say when he's getting the match. He just said, "You have the match."
Yeah, so I'm calling Drew is going to beat Damian Priest. That's going to start the War of Judgment Day. And that's going to start the match we all want. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at Scotland.
Then they have to have that feud at the King and Queen. We haven't got that yet. Do we need to?
No, joking aside, he's going to win the title in Scotland when we're there. We're going to see him win his title back in Scotland at his hometown. But he's not going to have it long because Punk likes.
He's not even going to get to celebrate it. If he wins it in Scotland, Punk is going to jump out of a bowl of haggis and he's going to just whack him in the face.
Yeah.
He already said that. He said he was going to hide in a bowl of haggis and whack him in the face.
He's not going to hold it very long because CM Punk's favourite thing to do is wrecking Drew McIntyre's day. And he's going to do it again.
That's what he said. He's going to break his heart.
Your heavyweight title in 6 months' time will be CM Punk. Ooh. Setting up a dream match at WrestleMania 41 against Seth freaking Rollins.
I am going to be a bit different to say in 6 months' time, your heavyweight champion will be the ring general Gunther.
Yeah, I want him to win it, but I just can't see how it fits into the storyline right now. But you've got Bash in Berlin. You've got to have something for him at Bash in Berlin.
And I do think with the title might make more casual fans, because me and you know that Ilya Gunther is going to be a brilliant match.
Yeah.
When they eventually do it. People that watch NXT UK know it's going to be a brilliant match because they had it when he was Walter. Some casual fans don't know how good Dragunov and Gunther is. So to get them interested, having it for a belt will get them more interested in it. Even without a belt, that's a 5-star match. They're just.
Are you saying it's Dragunov, so he's going to win it before Bash in Berlin?
Yes.
That is my prediction. CM Punk, and then that dream match, what everyone wants at WrestleMania 41. Now, the final one. What do you want to talk about? Will Cody be champion in 6 months' time? The undisputed champion. Obviously, we spoke about his match with Logan, which is going to be not finish, let's be honest. It's going to be a cracking match. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, there's going to be an interference in that match. So he's definitely going to retain then. Had a cracking match against LA Knight.
Someone's going to knock the boat out and disqualify them. Champion protection.
Yeah, he had a cracking match against AJ Styles. I think there's a few feuds on the line. Like he's even spoken about a few feuds. He's spoken about a rematch with AJ Styles again, running that back. Obviously, there's the big one against The Rock, which is predicted at SummerSlam, which I think will be a cracking match.
Look at you now, boy.
And then obviously he also spoke about one with LA Knight as well, which would be an interesting feud because they're both babyfaces, so I don't know how that would work. It'd be an interesting feud, that one.
You would have to put Roman up there when he eventually comes back, even though he just lost it. You would have to have him as a contender. Because you always have the rematch eventually.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't think that will be in 6 months. The next 6 months that he has that fight.
The rumors he does come back at SummerSlam, so he may, and will in these 6 months you will have the War Games. So Roman will presumably be back in these 6 months at some point.
I think he will be back. But I'm not sure
for the title, but
yeah. I think he's got other things to worry about first, like bloodline wars. So
I do predict that maybe the SummerSlam main event might be The Rock versus Cody if he's rumored to be back by then.
Yeah, I do. And I think he's going to retain against The Rock by interference by Roman, setting up WrestleMania 41. Roman.
I think that first was set up the War Games because I think we're going to eventually get the reveal that Solo is not the tribal chief and he's been taking orders from.
Rock. So it'll set up War Games and eventually get to the mega match at 41. In 6 months, I am saying Cody will still be your champion.
Oh, you have the Roman fanboys online really not liking you now. I predicted him to still be champion. The Twitter accounts are very much still against you. He doesn't even hold the title properly, Jono. What are you? He can't even hold the belt. He buried AJ Styles. Indecency.
Tonight was open mic night, bitch.
He says rude stuff like that. Not my champion. But I do also believe he's still going to be champion. All joking aside.
I've basically built, with some of my calls today, I have already basically started to build WrestleMania 41 in my head. And I'm saying he will lose it, though, at WrestleMania 41 against Randy Orton.
If you guys want to see us try to predict WrestleMania 41 way too early, let us know by leaving a like down below. A comment saying what you think is going to be each champion. And we may do one predicting who's going to win WrestleMania way too in advance.
So, anyway, let us know what you think of our predictions in chat. Do you think Melo Hayes will be the champion? I think that was my call of the night.
Do you think Nia Jax will be women's SmackDown champion?
Or do you think the RKO show will be the champs on SmackDown for the tag division?
Do you think CM Punk is going to have the World Heavyweight Champion or the Ring General?
Yeah. Will CM Punk be jumping out of some haggis? Thanks for watching, guys. We have been Undisputed Trash Talk. Just talking about trash about wrestling again. It's what we do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next time.